What happens when a martial artist brings his skills to Hollywood but doesn't get the credit he deserves? From underground tournaments to dramatic thrillers, he built a career on power, grace, and discipline. He wasn't just another action star, he was a performer who made every fight look like art. So let's take a look at how this mix of talent and raw energy was depicted on screen. These are the top 10 Mark Dacascos movies, ranked from worst to best. Kicking off our list is Instinct to Kill, a 2001 action thriller that blends crime, suspense, and a touch of martial arts. The story follows James Beckett, a serial killer who escapes from prison to hunt down his wife. Dacascos plays JT Dillon, a former cop who steps in to protect her and track Beckett down. It's a film more about tension than it is fighting, but there's still a few solid action moments where Dacascos brings his trademark skills. It's far from his best, but it's still proof that even in a modest thriller, he can turn a basic role into something watchable. At number 9 is Redemption, otherwise known as Kickboxer 5. Released in 1995, this is the first time there's no Sloan family and no real connection to the original story. Instead, we follow Matt Reeves, played by Mark Dacascos, a friend of the Sloans, mentioned only in dialogue. Even though the plot is really weak and the acting around him is bad, to say the least, he carries the film on his shoulders. The fight scenes are well done, and his skills lift what would otherwise be a forgettable B-movie. If you take it out of the Kickboxer universe and see it as his own story, it does work better. A simple but solid martial arts film led by Dacascos doing what he does best. At number 8 is Boogie Boy, released in 1998. This movie let Mark Dacascos step away from martial arts and focus on his acting. He plays a man released from prison, determined to start a new life. But that plan collapses when an old cellmate shows up and drags him back into the world he tried to leave behind. It's not an action movie, it's more of a crime drama with moments of violence and tension. Dacascos delivers one of his strongest dramatic performances, playing a man torn between doing what's right and being pulled into chaos. The few fight scenes are raw, fitting the gritty tone of the movie. It's tough, stylish, and shows that Dacascos could do more than fight. He could act, and do it convincingly. At number 7 is Double Dragon, released in 1994. This was Hollywood's take on the popular video game. Dacascos stars alongside Scott Wolf as the Lee brothers, Jimmy and Billy, fighting to survive in Los Angeles, torn apart by earthquakes. Robert Patrick chews the scenery as the villain Koga Shuko, and Elisa Milano joins the chaos as Marianne. It's over the top, cartoonish, and never tries to hide what it is. A goofy, flashy ride that's just enjoyable to watch. The fights are okay, the energy never drops, and Dacascos keeps the movie moving with his sharp kicks and real charisma. At number 6 is Sabotage, released in 1996. This one put Mark Dacascos in the middle of a quiet, tense game of survival. He plays a former special services agent caught between several government agencies, where every move feels like it's a part of a bigger plan. Instead of loud chaos and non-stop explosions, this movie plays more like a chess match, each scene measured, each action deliberate. It's stylish, well-paced, and surprisingly controlled for a mid-90s action film. For anyone who's missed this, Sabotage belongs on your checklist, not just for its action, but for how Dacascos brings calm, confidence, and class to every frame. Before moving on, a quick nod to a few titles that didn't make the list. Sanctuary and The Base deserve a mention. Both solid action movies, but didn't make the list because I couldn't get my hands on a good copy. At number 5 is American Samurai, released in 1992, starring David Bradley and Mark Dacascos. Shot in Turkey and produced by Cannon Films, the movie follows Andrew Collins, a child rescued from a plane crash in the Japanese mountains and raised by a samurai master. Alongside his own son Kenjiro, Andrew is trained in the ways of the warrior. But as they grow older, Andrew's skills surpasses his stepbrother's and jealousy begins to take hold. Kenjiro breaks away from his father's teachings, joining the Yakuza and vowing revenge. The fights are fast, aggressive, and filmed with sharp energy, while Dacascos steals the screen as Kenjiro with his skills, acting, and charisma. At number 4 is Crying Freeman, released in 1995 and based on the Japanese manga. The story follows a skilled assassin who kills for an underground organization but weeps after every murder, showing that a part of his humanity still survives beneath the surface. Dacascos plays the title role, delivering a quiet, haunted performance that mixes emotion with precision. The film looks incredible for its budget, with beautiful locations, striking atmosphere, and stylized action that blends gunplay and martial arts in a way few Western films did at that time. For first-time director, Gans created something bold and elegant, full of original touches and stunning camera work that give the film a visual identity all of its own. It's violent, emotional, and stylish, a movie that doesn't show Dacascos just fighting, but proves he could act, move, and express pain all in one frame. At number 3 is Only the Strong, released in 1993 and directed by Sheldon Lettish. Mark Dacascos plays Louis Stevens, a former soldier who returns home to help a group of troubled students by teaching them discipline through capoeira. Before the film, Dacascos wasn't trained in the style, so he worked under master Amen Santo, who also handled the choreography and appears in a small role. The result is one of the few American films that show capoeira from start to finish, complete with its music, energy, and philosophy. The fights are fluid, full of motion, and shot in a way that highlights both grace and power. Even with its familiar story, the film stands out for its spirit and the way Dacascos brings positivity and strength to the role. For many fans, this remains one of the best examples of martial arts used for something more than just fighting. It's about teaching respect, control, and purpose. At number 2 is Brotherhood of the Wolf, released in 2001 and directed by Christophe Gans. Set in 18th century France, it blends history, horror, and martial arts into one of the most unique action films of its time. The story follows the Chevalier de Frozac, played by Samuel Le Bihan, and his companion Manny, an Iroquois warrior portrayed by Mark Dacascos. The movie stands out for its style, dark, mysterious, and beautifully shot, mixing sword fights, gun battles, and martial arts choreography into a gothic setting. Gans uses sharp camera work, rain-soaked landscapes, and sudden bursts of movement to give the film a dreamlike tone. Dacascos, on the other hand, brings quiet power to Manny, graceful but dangerous, loyal but fierce. It's a rare mix of art and action that proves Dacascos could hold his own alongside major international stars, all while bringing the discipline and movement of martial arts into a completely different world. At number 1 is Drive, released in 1997. This is the film that truly defines what Mark Dacascos can do. Fast, creative, and filled with the kind of action most Hollywood films can't match. Dacascos plays Toby Wong, a special agent from Hong Kong who has a bio device implanted in his chest that gives him superhuman strength and reflexes. When he learns that China wants the device back after Hong Kong's political changeover, he escapes to America with a team of killers chasing him across the country. Along the way, he meets Malik Brody, played by Kadeem Hardison, and together they form an unlikely partnership full of humor and chaos. Every fight scene in this movie is filmed in true Hong Kong style, and the result is some of the best martial arts choreography ever shot in the United States. It's a film that proved Western action could match the best of Hong Kong cinema. It's not just Dacascos' best performance, it's one of the greatest martial arts films ever made on American soil. And we're not done yet. Next time, we're counting down the martial arts action stars with the most aesthetically beautiful kicks. Until then, you can check out our previous video on Van Damme's most underrated movies. Thanks for watching, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.